Donald Trump went to Arlington National Cemetery. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was on Monday. Yeah, day before yesterday. And broke the law. And broke the cemetery's rules as well. First off, you're not allowed to do any kind of campaign, any kind of campaign stunts in Arlington National Cemetery. It's never been done. No presidential candidate has ever done this because, first of all, it's disrespectful to our dead soldiers. And secondly, it's against the law. And third, it's against the policies of Arlington National Cemetery. But Trump shows up with a film crew from Fox News and a private film crew with a handful of families of dead soldiers, Republican families, Trump fanboy families, and goes into this area of the most sacred, essentially, area of the cemetery. The most recent part is called Section 60, where you're not even allowed to take a picture because it's disrespectful, and you might, it might offend or intimidate or distract somebody who's there mourning a soldier who recently died. This is the place for recent deaths. And this was all about, the 13 American service members who died when President Biden pulled us out of Afghanistan, and there was just this really messy suicide bomber, and he killed a bunch of people. And it turns out, by the way, that Mr. McMaster, the former Trump official, in his new book is saying that the reason why the withdrawal from Afghanistan was so messy was because Trump set it up. He set up a disaster. He cut deals with the Taliban. He released 5,000 Taliban bad guys. The guy who's running the Taliban right now, Trump had released from prison. And Trump shut down 9 of the 10 U.S. Air Force bases in Afghanistan in the months before he left office, which meant that when Joe Biden tried to get us out of Afghanistan, he had to funnel everything through one airport, which was almost impossible. It's one of the reasons why we left behind so much equipment. So Trump created this disaster, which he is now trying to gain political capital from. So here's where it gets even worse, is that when Trump and the camera crew and Fox News showed up at Arlington, a person from Arlington National Cemetery, one of the people who works there, tried to stop them, said, "I'm sorry, you can't do that here." And he apparently got punched out. He got roughed up by Trump's people. Now, we don't know if it was Trump's Secret Service people or if it was Trump's campaign people. The Trump campaign said, "Oh, we'll release the video," but they never did. And Arlington Cemetery actually released a statement. NPR has it over on their website. They said, quote, "Federal law prohibits political campaign or election-related activities with Army National Military Cemeteries to include photographers, content creators, or any other persons attending for purposes or in direct support of a partisan political candidate's campaign. Arlington National Cemetery reinforced and widely shared this law and its prohibition with all of the participants at Trump's little photo op." So Trump knew what he was doing was a crime and was disrespectful of our veterans. And yet he did it anyway. And Fox aired the footage anyway. They didn't care. These people claim to be great patriots, right? But they are essentially spitting on the graves. Certainly disrespecting the graves of our fallen soldiers.